Okay, so we should be live here on the channel once again. I got the video feed of the race. We got 25 lap heat races here, along with some 50 lap LCQs that we're going to be covering. Starting grid will be over here on this side of the screen. All right. Hopefully, yeah, it's gonna be. Looks like it's gonna be lagging a little bit, at least on my end here when I first started up. But here we go. Let's see. I'm kind of waiting for the race itself to get going too. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, last year it seemed like there was almost no passing, at least not until the LCQs. Yeah, these 25 lappers, they're gonna go fast, and starting position is gonna be important. All right, let's see. Is everything going a little bit better, maybe? Oh, yeah, let's see. Everything appears to be good. So, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready for the Busch Clash at the Coliseum. Getting ready for the first heat race. It'll be 25 laps. Leaderboard is over there. For those of you guys that are just joining us, we got lap count. We got the top. We're gonna be showing the top 10, but I'll be talking about the whole race. Although, granted, it's only the heat one only has 9 cars. Actually, each of the heats is only gonna have 9 cars. So yeah, I guess top 10 doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Give me a second. I didn't even think about the fact that there's only 9 cars in this class, or in the there we go. There we go. Waiting for it to update here is when they get ready to go green, because that is not who's starting first. So, reminder in case you guys weren't with us last night during qualifying, Justin Haley will be on the pole position here for the very first race of the new NASCAR season, the preseason. So here we go. They're rolling in. They're rolling in the cars now for this first heat. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. But yeah, these are going to be some short races, I'm sure, but hopefully we're going to have some good action. Yep, so we got cars rolling on track. Looks like everybody's going to be trying to get a feel for it. So here we go. All right. Yeah, just kind of waiting for all the cars to get in their correct spots for this qualifying race, but yeah, definitely excited for this race. All right, so here we go. Yeah, they're getting everything ready and lined up. Looks like a nice, bright, sunny day in Southern California. But yeah, they were getting tempers flaring even in practice with Allmendinger and Briscoe. drivers of the 14 and the 16 were going at it and exchanging blows. Uh-oh, why am I not getting any data from, why am I not getting any data from here? Come on. Okay, I think we might be back here. Let's see, you guys still, Alright, yep. So there's excellent connection, so we should be good, so. Oh, look at us starting all the way back in 5th place in this first heat. Yikes. That's going to be a rough one for him. Looking for some of the other cars. It's almost time. But yeah, how's everybody's day going? Nope, Ty Dillon coming from the rear of the field in the first heat race. Oh boy, that's not gonna be good. Yeah, he was a wrecking ball last year in the heats. So here we go. So we got Justin Haley, Amarola. Looks like Bowman and Burton are the second row. So I'm hoping for McDowell to be able to pass some cars here. But yeah, I'm hoping for quite a bit of passing, but realistically, this track is going to be hard to pass at. It's a short track, there's only one way to pass, and it's by bump and run. Because going around the outside is not going to be a very much of an option here. So here we go. Lights are off on the pace car, and they are settling into position here as they go for one more short pace lap here as they go around. 9 cars on track. Let me see. Is my leaderboard actually updating now with the people that are actually in right now? It is not. Here we go. Green flag is out, and oh, Amarola actually gets a really nice jump on the restart there from the top lane, but Justin Haley able to hold tight there off of the corner, able to hold that inside lane, and if he's able to keep that position, it will be hard for Amarola to actually complete this pass. And there we go. Justin Haley clears Amarola for the lead. So here we go. Oh, and yellow already. Gregson spins out. Who is that? Harrison Burton in the number 21 car. Goes around. All right, I'm gonna try refreshing the leaderboard thing while I'm go. While we got this short break here. Trying to get this figured out, guys. Oh, there we go. That looks like the what I was looking for. So. Give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna just screen region that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get all of this set for these next few heats at least. All right, there we go. Now we got the leaderboard up, and that should continue to update live for you guys as we go. Yeah, 21 going the wrong way. Yep, that happened. But yeah, so right now it's red flag to avoid running out of laps here at the LA Coliseum. 3 laps in, and here we go. So Gregson moves into the transfer spot there. So here we go. The choose cone allowing for some potential change up here. So choose cone meaning that they can actually choose which lane they want, whether it's inside or outside. So that outside lane, which is not great, certainly could be a problem. So here we go. And green flag is back out, and here we go. Bowman in a Hendrick Chevrolet. That's one of the better contenders we've seen try and compete against the. Oh, wait, are they saying green's not out? I don't know, but yeah, the 31 gets clear. The 48, and now the 48's got the 10 to his inside, and it's gonna be the freight train here. 48's gonna try and find somewhere to get in line, hopefully before they run out of laps here. But yeah, right now that's a big gamble that Bowman's putting up, and it's not looking like it might pay off here. He may have to race his way through the LCQ. He's losing a lot of spots. Oh, there we go. He found a spot there. But yeah, that fifth spot, that's the magic spot. So, in fact, I wish I had a little red line I could do to draw it underneath Logano there, but that is the cut line. So, Logano versus Busher for the transfer spot. All right, let me see if I can get a red line here. Yeah, I don't have anything ready for that. I didn't really think about the fact that there was a cut line. But, yeah. So, watching for that fifth spot is going to be important, though. Through this entire. Are they really throwing a caution? Were they. Or not a caution, but a. It sounded like they were about to go to a commercial break in a 25 lap race. Thought the whole point of this was that it was short enough that we don't need commercial breaks in the races. But yeah, right now though, okay, it looks like they aren't throwing it yet. But yeah, right now I think Justin Haley and Amarola, they're pretty well safe. Looks like Gregson's probably safe to go into the next event, into the straight to the main event without having to race in the LCQ. I'd say Logano versus McDowell is going to be the interesting one to see if McDowell is willing to move another Penske forward there to try and get the spot. So here we go. Again, they're kind of showing this battle for the lead, which I understand, but I mean, the battle for the cut line I think is actually more interesting here. But yeah. Right now, here comes the 10 car. He's getting towards that rear bumper of the number He's getting to the rear bumper a few times now already of the 31, but he hasn't been able to make anything happen with it. Is it actually updating or let me see. Let me try refreshing it. Hope I'm not gonna have to keep refreshing it each time, but yeah. There we go. Yeah, so it does seem to be updating. Okay. And let me get rid of that little black line there. Just trying to make sure everything's good here as we're getting ready for this. We got about 5 laps now to go, and oh, Haley moves to the outside, and he got bumped, and he's now up to the outside. Now Amarola's in position to lead this one. Bowman dropping back, definitely heating up, but we'll have to see if Haley's willing to try and do some bumps to try and get back to this lead. But right now, McDowell's going to be looking to try and get by Logano here. He's got 4 laps left for a transfer spot and a guarantee in the main event later tonight. It's not going to be easy, but I think he can do it. So here we go. Yeah, you certainly don't want to have to fight Logano in an LCQ event. But here we go. 2 laps to go here between Logano and McDowell. They're still nose to tail, but we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here. Final lap. This is the last chance for McDowell to try and get into this event. Amarola will be in the Amarola, Bowman, Haley will be in, and Gregson and Logano both get in. McDowell not able to find something. Not sure I'm ahead of the TV broadcast. I'm watching it on the app, which is normally 30 seconds behind or so. But yeah, kind of bummed that McDowell wasn't able to find something to do there to get by him, but we still got the LCQ to try and get there. And now on to the second heat. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna just run a quick ad break now while we're in between the 2 races here. But yeah. Okay. Alright, here we go. So yeah, here we go. We're getting everything turned over right now for the second heat while the TV broadcast is at commercial break. But yeah, first heat race didn't provide a ton of drama or excitement immediately. I think a lot of the teams kind of knew that they don't want to mess up their car now and potentially miss so yeah, the yeah, I think a lot of the cars still think that the fact that they're going to be racing with this car later, they don't want to wreck it too early, especially if they aren't going to be in position to potentially make main event where they would have to race again in about an hour for the LCQ. All right, so yeah, I was kind of hoping McDowell would do something, but I kind of knew that he would wait till the LCQs are when we're really gonna see the anticipation ratchet up because it's the last chance for these guys to make the main event. But yeah, so for the first time though in a while, or for the first time I think in the Clash at the Coliseum's history, we had a heat winner that wasn't the winner of the that didn't end up winning the initial race. So, hey, Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon, that's going to be a pair of teammates on the front row here for this race. But yeah, right now you got Kyle Busch, you got, I think I saw Kevin Harvick on this list, you got Austin Dillon, you got Kyle Larson, you got MTJ, there's a lot of talent in this field. All right, there we go. Eli, you're now a moderator. I just went and made you one. But here we go. Green flag should be out, and we're going for the green. Oh, whoa! There was some wrestling there trying to get into position, and now Kyle Larson tries to take the spot from Austin Dillon, trying to take that second spot. But yeah, trying to figure out what's a good way. Yeah, Kyle to the lead, followed by Kyle. There we go. That's a good way for me to be able to see the race and still see the camera. But yeah, right now though, Stenhouse and Truex fighting it out for position. Dillon fell a ways back there on the start. That is not good for him in terms of trying to make this event. Yeah, Austin Dillon and Kyle got right into each other. Now it's going to be the Kyle and Kyle show. And Kyle Larson might come up short to Kyle Busch yet again. Those two have. Kyle Larson has never beaten Kyle Busch in a head to head Kyle to Kyle finish. And we might finally see it. Literally, we have never seen in Xfinity or Cup, we've never seen those two finish with Larson coming out on top of a Kyle to Kyle showdown. That's an interesting thing to see. Oh, wow, that was a big bump from Austin Dillon. Massive bump from him to move Stenhouse out the way. But ultimately, they are both in the show right now. So right now in the show, it's Kyle Busch, Larson, Truex, Austin Dillon, and Stenhouse with Cindric, Elliott. Oh, whoa, I didn't even realize Elliott was in this heat. So yeah, you got Cindric, Elliott, and Harvick all looking like they may miss out on this second heat here. How can you join with audio? Not sure what you're talking about there, Jamie. Because I can't have the official stream, like the official commentators' audio, without obviously copyright trouble, but yeah. Here we go. So yeah, right now, Cindric's the one in position right now to bump himself into the All-Star or into the Clash here if he can move Stenhouse, but I'm not even sure he's still a ways back. He's not even close right now to the back bumper of the 47. I don't know if he'll get a shot at it. I mean, there's 13 laps, but that's going to be a bit of a struggle to get there in time. I mean, it certainly is possible because, again, mistakes can happen. We can have a caution flag potentially, but so far the fight that we're seeing on track is between Harvick and Elliott for like 7th and 8th here. Oh, wait, when did Truex... How at a quarter-mile short track do we miss a pass for second place on track? And Truex, wow, clean pass. Truex just came up there behind Larson and passed him. Hey, at least Larson won't have to lose another head-to-head to Kyle if whoa, Truex, really fast. He just closed in on Kyle Busch now too, and he might be in position to try and pass Larson here. I don't have a way for that this stream, Jamie, but hey, we can talk about a potential option for if you want to do it for Daytona next week or 2 weeks now. But here we go, battle for the lead, side by side, Kyle Busch, MTJ, former teammates. Not anymore though. And here we go, the crossovers side by side, 6 laps to go. Man, this is exciting. Here we go. MTJ's got a nose out in front. Kyle Busch in the Benton MGM car on the outside. Oh, Kyle looking for the crossover. Kyle looking for that crossover. Come on, Kyle. But, and Cindric's around, and that's going to bring out a caution flag, and we're right back in this thing. Not sure what happened. It sounds like someone else definitely was... yeah, someone else was definitely involved, but man, that fight for the lead was... This is probably the best fight for the lead we've seen in any Clash race at the Coliseum. Oh, okay, so seems like they kind of got squeezed in So it seems like they got squeezed in 3 wide there between Harvick and McLeod and all them. They got 3 wide and squeezed together, and then Harvick repaid him the next corner and spun him out. So that brings out the caution flag here, and we've got it's going to be a question mark. I think if you're Kyle Busch, you got to take second place here and try and find a way around that 19. If you're Larson, do you take 5th or do you take 2nd? That's the hard part. I don't know. If I'm thinking I'm Larson, I feel like I should be fast enough to win it from the outside of the front row, as opposed to trying to win it from 5th. Austin Dillon, I don't really see. I think he'll just take the inside lane, try and be safe about it. But it's really going to be a hard one there. So yeah, it'll be a little tough to try and figure this out exactly how you want to choose this one. Again, I think the first 2 have got to both go inside the lane, but I just question, and it looks like, yep, I was right. Larson to the outside here. And then Austin Dillon takes the inside lane. Stenhouse up to 4th with the choose cone. And then it looks like it'll be in 6th place. Who is that? Is that Cindric? Yeah, that's Austin Cindric in 6th. So Cindric and Dillon will be side by side for that final cut spot. Then we got Elliott, Harvick, and McLeod. Tail of the field, and Green's out. Looks like Truex got away. Oh, and Cindric got spun out again? What happened? Well, we're still green, but yeah, I'm curious to know what... Did Stenhouse go and just nail him? And now Austin Dillon's looking to get by Wow, Kyle Larson now getting passed by Austin Dillon. Man, Larson is looking not that strong. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a crazy restart. But yeah, right now we're gonna have about 2 laps to go here. 2 remaining here at the Coliseum. Kyle Busch versus Truex. I think it'll be mild mannered here for the lead. The question is that spot there, the number 5 spot between the 9 and the 47. Chase Elliott muscles his way past the 47 on the final lap. But here we go. Stenhouse goes for the bump but misses it, and it's going to let Harvick back into it. Harvick takes the spot from Chase Elliott on the last straightaway. Stenhouse just opened the door on Elliott for Harvick to get back into this main event. Whew. There we go. Man, that was insane. Oh, man. Harvick was not going to give, was not going to take no for an answer, and then Stenhouse decided to help him out. I don't blame him for trying to go for it, but man. Yeah, Harvick got it. I don't know how. I mean, I know how, but I don't know how. But yeah, MTJ ended up winning it, and Logano was laughing at it. Oh, man. So, Kyle Busch, Truex, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, and Kevin Harvick advance from this heat. We're going to have to wait and see. Can Stenhouse or Elliott or maybe Cindric be able to prevail through the clash in the LCQ? But yeah, that was not by much. It was like this much between those 2 cars. And now we got a commercial break for the NASCAR feed, so man. Definitely a chaotic restart, that's for sure. We're gonna have to wait and see what's this next I don't know what this next round is. Okay, so we got Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Suarez, Briscoe, Reddick, Keselowski, Gilliland, Yaley, Blaney. I mean, I think those Toyotas are definitely gonna try and work together to get all 3 of them through. I mean, I know it's kind of stereotypical to say, but I think Blaney's gonna have his work cut out for him from 9th trying to get up there. But I think him and Keselowski really are the only 2 on the outside looking in that could threaten Reddick or Briscoe for that 4th and 5th spot. We've seen crazier stuff today, but yeah, right now I would say that those 2 are probably the ones I would be watching here. Obviously, I think the question we still need to see is how improved will Keselowski and RFK be, in particular the 6 car, though, from last year to this year, because he did not look good at all in that 6 car, but the 17 still was fast, so. Yeah, Harvick is the man, that's for sure. Oh, Stenhouse and Elliott are talking it over, and it's like, yeah, I guarantee Elliott is not happy, and honestly, I get it. But Elliott did also. I think Stenhouse may have thought that Elliott was trying to muscle his way through, but it actually, seeing the replay, it was actually Harvick forcing Elliott into the 47. Last chance qualifier, I believe it's top 3 in each of the two. I think it's top 3 for the LCQs. But we still got 2 more heat races to go. We got this one and the next one. Here we go. Now they're gonna talk to Chase Elliott. Let's see. How many LCQ? There are 2 last chance qualifier races. Yeah, there's 2 last chance qualifiers. Yeah, they're 50 laps apiece, so they're basically double the length of these heats. And now they're talking to Stenhouse. Let's see what Stenhouse's perspective, because I liked Elliott. Elliott's perspective actually was pretty down to earth and I'd say pretty good. I say he made it in because you pushed Elliott. Honestly, I mean, yeah, it's an aggressive bump and run, but it's also the only way you can really pass here. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, if Stenhouse can earn a ticket to that main event, but we know Kyle Busch is in, so I know Eli's happy over there. Yeah, there's gonna be damage on the right front of Elliott. Damage on the right front of. What was that from? Was that from when Harvick tried to push him through the 47? Because Chase Elliott's front end didn't hit anything after the bump and run from the bump and run attempt from what's his name, from Stenhouse. So I'm guessing if there was right front damage for Elliott, it must have come when Harvick tried to shove him through there. Then you had yeah, and then you had obviously Stenhouse send it and probably rough him up on the rear bumper. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. So here we go. Talking to Christopher Bell's crew chief here, getting ready for this restart. All right, here we go. That number, that interstate battery number 20. It looks beautiful and it's ready to roll. Denny Hamlin on the outside of that front row for this second heat race. Then we got Suarez and Briscoe, Reddick and Keselowski, Gilliland and Yaley, and Ryan Blaney will round out this heat. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Honestly, it'll really come down to how the speed goes here for Keselowski, but I feel like these top 5 are probably gonna gap the field pretty early. It'll come down to whether we get a caution. We've had a caution in each of the 2 races so far to bunch back up the field at one point or another. In heat number 1, it was really early before the field even really got spread out. In that second heat, it got spread out really early and then closed back up. All right, so here we go. They're rolling. Green is out. Green coming out. And there we go. Bell from the outside. Oh, Bell tried to take the outside lane, and it worked. He managed to shut the door on his teammate there of Hamlin to try and get that spot. Blaney already up into a transfer spot in one lap. How do you pass five? How do you pass four cars by the end of one lap at a quarter-mile short track? But here comes Blaney on Briscoe, and Hamlin, I think he's going to be looking for some payback onto the number 20 machine here, but Elliott taking a look. But yeah, right now I think Bell ended up shutting the door on Hamlin. I don't know if Hamlin's going to be all that happy about that. And say, Reddick's not in the transfer spot though right now, is he? Let me Oh wait, no, Reddick is in the transfer spot. Never mind. For some reason, I didn't think I didn't see that he had made it through there, but yeah, now there goes Tyler Reddick helping his new boss Denny Hamlin get by Christopher Bell, and now Bell's on the outside of a freight train, and he can't let Suarez get to him, so can't let this red, white, and blue car. I'd almost let Blaney go here and try and get into this gap behind. I know it puts you in a position where all he needs to do is run into the back of you, but you don't want to be side by side and let any of them catch you. You don't want someone to get to your inside. It looks like Suarez, maybe Gilliland would be the one to catch him now, because those guys got to race him back there and dropping themselves off the back of it. A lot more passing and a lot more aggression here. Yeah, that 45 car helping his boss there in the 11 car. Again, I think these 5 and or Suarez, I wouldn't have been surprised if any of those 6 made it. The other 3, I feel like, were less not necessarily less talented, but less prepared to try and make a run at this. So that's kind of one thing though that we're coming up to, is that I don't think Reddick tries to make a move right now on Hamlin, or at least not a super aggressive move like what we saw with Stenhouse on Elliott. I could definitely see him maybe making a move. But yeah. Here we go. I mean, right now, Gilliland has he is the person that could potentially get Bell, but right now, that gap, there's still a big gap there. Without a caution, I don't think he catches him. So we're going to need a caution if this is going to come down to a thriller like the other few races have. But here we go. Yeah, this heat race definitely seems to have, and it was never gonna live up to what the last heat was, because you had so many top drivers in there, and you had almost no teammates. Oh, caution flag though here. Keselowski spins out, and we get the caution flag to bunch this thing back up and keep this thing interesting. So yeah, it was pretty much down to a caution flag to make this interesting. Now it's interesting. So here we go. So on this restart, I think again easily you have those. You have Hamlin and Reddick go inside lane, inside lane. I mean, we've seen that outside lane work well, and it certainly seems a lot better than letting Blaney go up to the outside lane from fourth. But I don't know. Brad's on purpose. I wouldn't put it past him, honestly. Oh no, he definitely got help though from the 99. I wouldn't have put an intentional spin past him, but yeah, no, he got help from the 99 on that. Check the replay. But here we go. Yep, 1, 2. Briscoe to the outside, Blaney to the inside, Bell to fourth. They split it the exact same way the others have done it the rest of the heats. So they kind of copy pasted what happened in a lot of these restarts. 1, 2, then you go outside lane. 3, inside lane. Then you go back to the outside lane. And then the rest kind of just file in from there. But those front 5 have kind of had that same situation. And let's see what's going to happen here. So here we go, getting ready for the restart. All the fans in the stands are excited, although there's not many of them yet. Seems like a similar thing to last year, is that the fans are going to show up late and probably leave early. Hopefully not, though, because they might miss a really exciting finish from the looks of this race so far. Green flag, though. Hamlin able to get out uncontested to the front. Reddick now fighting for second with Briscoe. Then you've got Bell and Blaney kind of wrestling it out for fourth and fifth there. Again, they both will transfer if they can get fourth and fifth together. So, but right now where they're side by side, Blaney might get passed by this 38 here. Let's see what's going to happen. Yep, there we go. The Todd Gilliland pushes Bell through, and that wasn't Gil, and that was Blaney just used the 38 to spin Bell out. Oh my. That was intentional. But yeah, Blaney just sent Gilliland into Bell to spin him out. I mean, man, that's gonna. I don't even. As I say, Bell didn't do anything to deserve that. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think anyone did anything to deserve a move like that. But yeah, Blaney just immediately went for it, though. But yeah, that will put Blaney back into the. Wait, no, because it's red flag as opposed to the traditional yellow flag. It's showing Bell still up there. Bell gonna get a spot back? We'll have to wait, but yeah, right now the screen is still showing Bell in fourth. But if not, we'll have to see. Yep, there we go. They just moved Bell down, so Bell lost 4 spots on that move, and Blaney got into the battle for that. So here we go. Here we go. Bell versus Blaney on the outside lane together. Oh boy. I apologize to Briscoe if he gets caught up in anything here. Yeah, it does. The spotter let him know about the combo move there. I think Bell goes to try and get the revenge if it will put him into the LCQ, or if it'll help him avoid the LCQ. If it ultimately doesn't matter, I don't think it's gonna. Say if it doesn't end up mattering to make it, I don't think Bell pays him back because I think he does look very big picture. But if he needs to do something to that 12 to get to the main event, I think he will do it. But right now he's got Suarez to the inside. That's not going to really let him do much. But here we go. Hamlin gets away with the lead. You got Briscoe going to settle into second now here as we get to the final lap. Here we go. Gilliland versus Suarez for this transfer spot. Bell going to try and find a way to go 3 wide here on the final corner. And no, it's going to be Suarez as the final spot. So Hamlin, Briscoe, Reddick, Blaney, Suarez. So Blaney gets into the main event with that move where he moved both Gilliland and Tuck Gilliland. I don't know if he's necessarily leaning on people, or certainly I think the enemy he may have made with Christopher Bell was not even him. I mean, Blaney and everybody's been leaning on everybody today. I mean, look at Bell leaning on Hamlin earlier on in the year, or earlier on in the race. I mean, but yeah, that bump and run though to make it into the race. They made the show. And that's all that really matters at some points. And yet another advertisement in between the two heats. So we got one more heat to go. So yeah, this final heat will include William Byron, Allmendinger, the Wild Man, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, Ryan Preece, Corey LaJoie, Cody Ware, and Ty Gibbs will all be coming in this heat race to try and get those 5 spots. All right. So here we go. Definitely going to be an exciting one here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the drivers are going to end up laughing this race along because I as opposed to taking this one too seriously when it comes to making enemies because everybody's leaning on each other. I think it'll take something like what Blaney did to Bell or what Stenhouse did to Chase Elliott to really create any true enemies from all this. All right. So yeah, we're getting ready here. We're winding down to the last heat race. We only got 25 laps left before the LCQs start. It's gonna be interesting to see. That's for sure. So yep. Byron and Allmendinger on the front row. I'm hoping Allmendinger can find a way to make this work, but we have not seen it work yet from that outside lane, except for with Bell, but he had a teammate to his inside. But in the other 2 races, we didn't see the outside lane pretty much at all have a shot. So have to feel backwards to do a figure eight next season. I don't think that's the best idea. I think this is as close as we can get to a figure eight race in NASCAR without it crossing over into too silly. Although we'll have to see, because it might cross over into too silly when we get to these LCQs. Considering what happened last year. Alright. Recipe for chaos, yeah. Yeah, figure eight race would definitely be a chaotic race, but again, I think a fun style though would be a like 5 lap shootout at a track like this where it's one car versus one car. Loser gets eliminated, and they do a bracket style racing tournament to decide the winner of the clash. I think that would be a fun one. Yeah, I don't. You're just trying to get people killed there, Eli. Rain race at night with Dega with half the field going the other direction. Yeah, you're trying to get people killed there. So here we go. So we got ourselves some pretty good runs here. Ooh. And say Bell. Actually, I just thought about something. I completely missed the fact that Bell could potentially get the provisional for being the highest in points to finish the by being the highest driver in points to not make the big show. Just say Joey went up there because his heat race is already over. That's why Joey's up in the booth right now. And say, I'm curious to see how this restart will go here with Allmendinger and Byron. It's going to be green, green, green. And here we go. I don't think there's much Allmendinger can do here, unfortunately. It's going to be a game of survival here for him. Chastain, the Melon Man, going to try and wrestle out this spot for second. He will probably get it from Allmendinger. Allmendinger's got a spot, though, to slide into third and try and settle in for the race. Bubba stuck on the outside of too wide right now. Might be looking for a spot there in front, but not going to get there. 43 of Jones and the 7 of LaJoy making sure that there's no gap in the thing. And honestly, LaJoy looks like he's trying to hit the corner of the 43 to try and move him into him. I like this year's Raptor car too, honestly. I actually like it as kind of a hybrid between that white scheme that they went with out of necessity because of the whatchamacallit, the backup car last year and the original paint idea of the paint scheme. Oh, there goes Ryan Preece passing Corey LaJoy here. And there is so much action in these heats. You just can't really ever look away because now here comes Ty Gibbs on Corey LaJoy. Bubba Wallace currently has that final spot in the transfer. Preece going to be trying to get it from him. I think these top 3 are going to try and just solidify themselves. I think it's going to try and be a fight between those 3. Then it'll be Jones and Bubba for the final 2 spots that are maybe going to be contested, though we'll have to wait and see because, again, a caution could change this. Yeah, Gibbs is gonna have to try and muscle his way through the field because because of that fire in practice. He's had to start dead last on the field, so he didn't even get a chance to try and get up faster than that. So even though he's got one of the faster cars on track based on practice time, but here we go. So now Priest has gotten to the back bumper of the 43 for that transfer spot. 41 versus 43 for the transfer spot. Meanwhile, Gibbs is still stuck behind LaJoy. There we go. Gibbs finally gets alongside LaJoy, and he will probably be able to work his way around him finally. Yeah, I think because Monster Energy was really more of a Kurt Busch sponsor than a 2311 sponsor to begin with. So it doesn't surprise me that 2311 might not have much Monster Energy races. They might have a few still with Reddick. We don't really know. Or at least I haven't seen an official word yet, but it wouldn't surprise me considering that was a sponsor that kind of Kurt Busch brought with him. And it's kind of been a Kurt Busch personal sponsor that they wouldn't stick past his retirement. Now, possibly, if Kurt Busch comes back in that 67 car to run some more races, and or maybe even Pastrana might have some races in a monster car. But we'll have to wait and see. But wow, Byron has a lead right now. And Allmendinger is starting to slide backwards. He might be in danger of getting passed for the spots here. Here we go. Let's see what's going to happen. We got Jones is going to be trying to bump his way in. You got Priest, and you've got Allmendinger right ahead of him. All he needs is to pass one. Oh. Yeah, here we go. They're going to be side by side again here. Now, maybe Eric Jones ends up pushing Priest through to try and make this pass for that spot, because each pass is 4 positions for that main feature, but I don't know if it's worth it to fight there. But he got it. He got the spot. Now it's Allmendinger that has to defend from Jones for that last spot in the LCQ. 3 laps left for William Byron and Allmendinger to hold on. Byron's got this race absolutely sealed up. But now Gibbs has arrived. So Gibbs and Jones are both right there with 2 laps to go here to try and make us run here. Eric Jones to the inside on the 16. Ty Gibbs ain't going to wait. And Ty Gibbs, major slow up there, but now, yeah, there we go. Allmendinger slides all the way to the back there. Allmendinger is out of the main feature. Eric Jones will get the 5th and final spot here in the feature. Leaving Gibbs and Allmendinger to have to fight their way through the LCQ. So you have Byron. So yeah, you end up having Byron making it through. You had Priest. Trying to figure out who else, because I don't have that. Yeah, so it was Byron, Bubba, Eric Jones, Priest, and Chastain. There, yeah, that's who was in the middle there. So it's gonna be curious here. We're gonna start seeing some people go home here. What's my thoughts on the name change from Petty to Legacy Motor Club? I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna take some time to grow on me, and I've said the same thing about the Truck Series program for Toyota now being Tricon Garage. I kind of like the idea of not everything being something racing or something motorsport. I like the idea of changing it up a bit, and obviously the legacy there ends up honoring both the 7-time champions that now own a part of that team. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing for me, at least. But yeah, I'm gonna run a quick ad while we wait for this LCQ to get hooked up. But if you guys have any other questions you want to ask me about this upcoming season or anything else, feel free to post them up and I'll get to them. So there we are. Insert an ad that should be playing. But yeah. Last chance qualifiers are going to be getting set to go, and it's going to be a fun one. Don't really know what to expect here in this because we're going to see a lot of people fighting it out. Warrior Motor Club. I don't know. I mean, aren't you the only team in Thomas Cup though that uses the motorsport banner? Because we got Fusion Racing, we got Dyer Speed Racing, we got no, I know we got JP Motorsports. And say, what about Warrior Garage? That could be an interesting name choice if you wanted to change it up. But yeah, trying to think of any other Thomas Cup teams that use motorsport. I think those are really the only teams we got right now. But yeah, hopefully we can get back to some racing here soon, though. Because man, these heads feel long, but maybe it's just because I'm trying to talk through them. All right, here we go. We'll see if it passes voting. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just don't want to mess with perfection. Like Richard Petty Motorsports, I feel like was kind of if you really didn't want to change the Petty name, they kind of opened it up to changing it more recently when they changed it from Richard Petty Motorsports, which it had been for a decade or so, to when they changed it to Petty GMS. So I feel like they kind of started to lessen the impact there on that spot. But yeah, we got Daytona coming up. Auto Club is going to miss out on their 2024 race because of the renovations going on. So we know that this is the last race on the 2 mile configuration for Auto Club. Going to be a bummer not to see that one come back because I really like that race. Honestly, the Auto Club track. I feel like there's a lot of other tracks you could have done this to that I would have preferred it. Um, But yeah. But yeah, I did a video way back when they first announced the or the reconfiguration back in 2019. I said, right idea, wrong track. That was literally the name of the video 4 years ago now about the repave. That you got the right idea. Make an existing track that isn't too exciting into a short track. But they picked a track that was actually starting to become interesting. And now they got Harvick and Kyle Busch up in the booth instead of Joey. Kevin Harvick getting ready for his his post racing career. But yeah, Harvick timed that move perfectly to be able to make that pass for that second heat. Yeah, Harvick and Rowdy both up in the booth. It's a crowded booth up there, but here we go. Cars are on track for the LCQ, so there isn't much of a break between these races. But here we go. We got 50 laps for each LCQ, and then we got 150 laps for the main event. So here we go. McDowell starting first in the heat. Yeah, or in the LCQ, I mean. Come on. Yeah. Love that. McDowell, Bell, Burton will start in the transfer spots. Todd Gilliland will be trying to fight his way in there as well. Green flag is out, and they are fighting. McDowell pulls away with the lead here, starts to gap them. It's a longer race though, so I think there's definitely a chance of getting reeled back in. Certainly, it's not like before where you just kind of get there and run through it. The Bush pet, yeah, that would be funny with both the Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch sponsors. But yeah, right now, wow, McDowell has actually starting to gap these two, and Bell almost went around there, and here comes Gilliland passing Todd Gilliland just passed Christopher Bell for that final transfer spot. Although, isn't Bell? I think Bell might be in the. I think Bell might be in position for the last LCQ spot or the provisional. I mean, it's between him and Elliott for the for the points method to get in. I don't know who finished higher at Phoenix last year, Bell or Elliott. But right now, it's top three: McDowell, Burton, Gilliland. Almost seems like the scraps at the bottom of the table here for those three. But we will have to see. These two, Burton starting to gap hit third place, which is Ty Gilliland. So, and Gilliland's starting to build a little bit of a gap on Ty Dillon. It is a long race, but I don't know. They're starting to build that gap already, and That's always kind of the concern here. All right, so he said the provisional is Bell's if he is not among the the top three in this heat. Yeah, damaged cars potentially playing a factor, I'm sure. Where McDowell kept his car very clean in that first heat race, and Bell certainly used his car to try and earn his way there, and obviously got paid back by there. But yeah, Bell should be in here. I think Bell, even if he misses the top three, he should be in because of the points provisional. I think he's the one that gets it. Yeah, Dylan, Bell, and Kozlowski all had damage. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because he. I mean, I'm guessing Busher has to have some kind of damage too because he's back there as well. But yeah, curious to see what ends up happening over the course of these final 50 laps or so. But all right, the field's starting to bunch back together here, though. Kind of the rubber band effect here. Yeah, McDowell's now had Burton catch right up to his tail, and Ty Gilliland right up to the back bumper of the 21 there. And now Bell gonna try and track these guys down as well. Bell definitely seems to have, I would say, the superior car when you factor in that they have damage here. But here we go. I mean, they're making a lot of laps pretty quick. I mean, we're already almost halfway through this first LCQ race, and we haven't seen anyone even really try anything overly sketchy yet. But I'm sure we're about to because Bell is now caught the back of the field here. Yeah. It. I'm curious to see what ends up happening if Bell does race his way in because that means that then I believe that puts Elliott in, I think would be the next provisional. If he bumps Gilliland out, because Gilliland is nowhere near points provisional spot, so we'll have to wait and see though. Oh, Ty Dillon gets into the back of the 38 and passes him. Ty Dillon, I think, wants this spot, and we saw him last year. Ty Dillon was an absolute wrecking ball in his LCQ here. But yeah, we are gonna start getting the lap traffic here pretty soon. But I think Bell is gonna calm it down a little bit now that he's actually in the transfer spots. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing with a 50 lap race that you're gonna eventually catch the back of the field. But yeah, right now I think the biggest thing for McDowell is just to keep the car in one spot. Is anyone able to scan the QR code on Austin Dillon, or on Ty Dillon's car? I don't know. That QR code is moving pretty quick, and they haven't actually done any kind of promo for like a side by side. Maybe during the main event, if he makes it to the main event, they'll do a side by side that'll have the QR code stationary on screen. The other thing though is people who are there in person before his car gets out on track, they can scan it. Yeah, it's not easy to scan it when it's going 100 miles an hour. So we actually had a commercial here in a 50 lap heat, which is strange. Because again, I thought the point of these qualifying races that they would be so short that we wouldn't need commercials, but I guess obviously commercial in between, but wasn't sure on the qualification there for we'll, we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening when we get back from commercial. Wish we could know what was happening, but it's not a side-by-side commercial. Yeah, they get a challenge. Try and scan it. Not sure. So I'm gonna try and get the leaderboard because for some reason I got stuck on a different page there. All right, yeah, that's good enough for me. So here we go. Todd Gilling, yeah, he got back by Ty Dillon. We don't know necessarily what happened during the caution. Okay, there we go. There's an interesting question. Thoughts on the Chicago NASCAR race? I'll get to that one in between the two LCQ races because we got about 9 laps here to go. Or if they throw another commercial break or caution flag. Oh, whoa! Harrison Burton just went for a slide around the outside lane, gave up 2 clean spots there to both Gilliland and Bell, moving Gilliland back into the transfer spots there. But yeah, he slipped a ton there. But yeah, right now you got McDowell. I'm just kind of impressed that he's been able to hold the lead this entire time without anything going wrong. Because most people, I feel like, would have tried to go for a bump and run at some point on him. But so far, it doesn't seem like it's happened. So here we go. 4 laps to go, and McDowell's got this one, I think, in hand. Burton really is the only person who can really challenge them without a caution. And that's if Burton's close enough. But where they're showing McDowell, I can't see. Oh no, yeah. These top 3 are locked up unless we get a caution. So yeah, Burton won't get to him. So yeah, McDowell, Bell, and Gilland will all make the feature. So both front row motorsports cars are gonna make it. Here we go. Final lap. Michael McDowell will win his LCQ and advance to the Clash of the Coliseum. Bell will transfer through racing his way in, and Gilland qualifies his way in. All right, so thoughts on the NASCAR race on the streets of Chicago? It's really hard to kind of piece together thoughts without having seen a race on the track before. I'm curious to see how it goes. Yep, McDowell led every lap, but I'm curious to see how the Chicago race goes because the layout is really interesting. Like, it's an actually pretty interesting circuit design. I just don't know necessarily if it's going to have the intended effect of bringing in more NASCAR fans potentially from that Chicago area. I probably would have, if I were NASCAR, I probably would have preferred going to a. I probably would have tried to go to a established street course, something like trying to go to a established street course, say Long Beach or St. Petersburg, or even something like Detroit, maybe if you really want that kind of Midwest ish kind of demographic. Detroit has a street circuit that IndyCar's been racing at. I know F1 just went to Miami, but they probably wouldn't let you take their circuit design. But yeah, I would try. Ideally, I probably would have tried to use an established street course thing that we kind of know the layout of. But hey, maybe NASCAR will have a absolute bomb with the event, and it'll be a slam dunk. But yeah, I think a lot about the Chicago street course though, and it's something that's the same with a lot of these street courses is how will it be in terms of over more than 1 year? Because so far, like Miami for F1, we've only seen it 1 year, and a lot of street courses for like IndyCar only tend to seem to last about 4 years before they get replaced. So, yep. So, yep, there we go. Commercial break is over, and we should be back to live coverage of the second race here, and then we'll be having a short break, it seems, maybe between the. So it'll be a new stream for the Clash at the Coliseum main event. But yeah, Burton will be missing out on this main event. Michael McDowell will not be. So McDowell looked fast, so I guess we'll have to wait and see on if it's enough to maybe put up a fight in the main event. But he'll be starting 21st, so it'll be really not good. So Elliott is in. So we know Elliott's in. And we're waiting to see how everybody else does. And they're going for another commercial break. Yay. But yeah, so for Elliott fans, I think you guys can kind of take a breath because you know you're in the show. No matter how this race goes, I think Hamlin is the next auto in. If Elliott ends up finishing in the top 3 here. Oh wait, no, Hamlin raced his way in. So, well, it's Briscoe maybe. Trying to think of who else potentially was in that round of 8 last year, but didn't make the championship 4. But Briscoe made it to the next round anyway. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But Yep. So now we're gonna be getting lined up, hopefully, for this main event. So here we go. We're back from commercial break, and here we go. Doing their Super Bowl ad here. Super Bowl next Sunday night, or next Sunday. Probably not night, but yeah. Elliott, Ty Gibbs, Stenhouse Allmendinger, Cindric, Corey LaJoy, Ware, and McLeod are going to line up in this heat. Let me make sure that everything's working for everything turning it over. There we go. That should refresh the stuff there. Yep, there we go. All right. Did they just say Busher was the next provisional? Wow. A lot of people, I guess every playoff driver got locked in already from last year. Because, yeah, it's based on last year's points for the provisional. That's how the provisional is being based on. But there we go. Ty Gibbs and Allmendinger. Those two went fighting it out in Xfinity last year. But yeah, right now, just kind of settling in, it looks like. Allmendinger and looks like most of the field actually got single file pretty quick here. So yeah, right now we're Elliott does have a pretty decent lead now over everybody else, despite that front end damage that we're talking about. Now Allmendinger back to third here. He's in the cut spot. He could potentially end up getting cut from this main event if he's not careful. But here we go. Stenhouse versus Allmendinger for this spot. Oh boy. Let's see. It's a very tight field behind Elliott. Elliott's gotten away a little bit, but then Gibbs through Stenhouse is all very tight for that final spot. Then you got LaJoy, Ware, and McLeod, who I think are just happy to be involved. And then you got Cindric, who's just kind of not great. Yeah, yeah. Chase doesn't even need to win for Busher to get in. Busher would get in if Chase races his way in any of the top three spots. But yes, this is the last this is the last one, so you know it's between Elliott and Busher for that final spot. Wow. Looks like Stenhouse is struggling to catch up, which Makes sense because I'm not surprised that he might have some nose damage, which would hurt his overall speed. But yeah, right now though, I think these top three are gonna try and stay away from everybody as best they can right now as we go 15 laps in. Wait a minute. I thought Cindric would be the next points provisional over thanks, yeah. Finally got an opportunity to wear the bush hoodie because up here you go from summer type weather to 43 below, and you don't really get a chance for hoodie weather. You end up getting winter coat out after that. But yeah, but shouldn't Cindric, or maybe I guess if they're going off of just overall points on the season, but I know they so often the playoff points will factor in, and that would stop and say so. Cindric's win should have meant that he's the next alternate, right? If it's based on like your final standing from last year, because Cindric made the playoffs and Busher didn't. All right. Well, the top two have reeled back in Chase Elliott as they've reeled back in this with the race at about half distance right now. All right, now they're dealing with some lap traffic here. McLeod and his Celsius car managed to let everybody else by. But yeah, I'm curious to see what this thing's gonna look like with 27 cars on there as it turns to nighttime. Yeah, in an hour or two. But yeah, so again, as I said though, we're gonna have a break in between the two streams, and I'll be back at 8 o'clock for the main event. But yeah, 24 laps to go already. But man, so far, honestly, the that second heat seems to have produced the most excitement of any of these qualifying races today so far. Even though the LCQs really were the big hit last year in terms of excitement. Yeah, because I mean, put if you make this past year, it's 2 spots you gain. So yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Elliott and Gibbs do. Honestly, I think if Elliott knows what he's doing, he won't put up too much of a fight because you don't want to spin yourself off of the nose of the 54. And same thing with the 54, you don't want to end up getting shoved to the inside fence like what happened with Justin Haley last year. But again, we'll have to wait and see. And supposedly Cody Ware is stopped on track somewhere. Oh boy. And now we got Gwen Stefani in the booth. Oh boy. I wish we could have the race car drivers, but hey, you know what? Okay, she's taking jabs at Clint Boyer. I'll take it. But yeah, right now, come on. Can we put the focus back on the race, especially where we got Ty Gibbs going for the spot here, trying to contest it with Chase Elliott. But yeah, right now, I mean, you got just a nice race, honestly. Who are you talking about, Elliott? Because yeah, Elliott's kind of been wiggling a bit each lap, and as Gibbs gets there, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think this will be a good test for a good first test for Ty Gibbs' maturity and see if he's gotten a little bit more mature since Martinsville this past year. Because we'll see if he absolutely runs him over. Okay, he backed off. So there we go. Because yeah, I think that will be the kind of this will be kind of the first test for Ty Gibbs at the Cup level in terms of a maturity check. The next one will be when he has to race with all the when he has lap car when he's getting lapped later in the main event. But yeah, right now though, Elliott versus Gibbs, I think they're gonna just kind of these three are probably just gonna pace their way to this advancement. But all right, yeah, she's gonna talk these last 5 laps away. Well, yeah, it'll help get the race over quicker because again, we know that there's not a massive change coming here. At least not in terms of the pass for the transfer spot. The only position we might have is the 54 and the 9. But yeah. Here we go. Side by side. Ty Gibbs to the inside. Here we go. Let's see. What's Ty Gibbs going to do? 2 laps left. He's got the inside on Elliott, but he's racing him very fair. He's not going and taking. He's not going and just kind of using up Elliott. Here we go. Final lap coming down to the start finish. It'll be Elliott over Gibbs. There we go. And Allmendinger comes home third, and he will transfer as well. And Busher makes makes it as the provisional on points. All right, so there we go. So we'll go through the starting grid for the main event, and then we'll take like 30 to 45 minute break. It looks like between the two. Can we get to the starting grid, please, guys? So I can actually see it, how it's going to mess up. But no, they're going to talk with her, apparently. Instead of showing us I guess maybe they're making up I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt. They're making up a graphic for the starting grid for the main event before they can show it. Come on, let's get to the running order, please. But yeah, so Any other kind of NASCAR related questions? Although we do have a whole 150 lap race that we're going to be doing today. So. But yeah, right now we're just kind of waiting for it. But yeah, right now, I mean, this. How long are they going to have this as just these two? Like, come on. Let's get to the starting grid, please. Here we go. So now we should hopefully get the starting lineup in its entirety here. Say the three SHR guys up there in the booth, or up there on the roof. I mean, not on in the booth. But yeah, so it looks like they're not going to go through the starting grid. So we'll go through it before we start off the like when we go to start the next stream. But outside of that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in about an hour with the next stream for the main event. So see you guys later.